This is an updated video of what's in the basement. First off, we got the Squire bullet that I've got detailed out on another video. Then we've got a Homebrew Tele, first neck I ever made, with a couple of P90s. And a little junior guitar that I rehabbed that I can't let go because it plays great. It was a thrift store find. I put a lot of work into getting this neck just to play like really fast. So I have those two. Then I've got this Firefly, which I had to buy off of Amazon. They come up every once in a while because I had to see how good they really are. And it's actually a pretty good Tele guitar with great sounding pickups. But I probably need to sell this one. Next, I've got first guitar I ever built, Tele Copy. Call it a tree caster. I got to get back and rework on that one. This one is a Homebrew guitar with an extra wide neck that I built, and it's got 3 hot gold pickups in it with the Brian May wiring, which you can't see, but I've got switches underneath here that allow in and out of phase on every pickup, or putting all pickups on, or you can select the bridge and the neck. Anyway, it's just a homebrew one from a tree that fell in my yard. Then I've got this one. It's an old 1970, maybe 70, 71 Harmony. We've got this homebrew guitar that was made from some red elm that fell in a friend's yard. SG copy. I put some P90 copies in there, and sounds pretty good. Then I've got some more Squires. So this Squire is another Yakko Squire, which has a good factory, makes good necks. Or actually, this isn't a Yakko. This is out of the Court factory in China, and I took out the crap pickups and put in a couple of split humbuckers. This is kind of a platform guitar for just testing out stuff, but actually lead singer of my band used it at our last gig the whole night, so there you go. And then this one is actually a Yakko guitar. I got another video on this out of that factory, and this one is, I just love this one. I painted it blue, split the humbucker, plays real well. Then I've got this Squire. This is another Yakko Squire. It's an Affinity model. This one here is a standard model, so it's got the full-size body. The Affinity models are a little bit thinner. And in this one, I've got Fender. I actually have the Duosonic pickups from the reissue a couple years back of the Duosonics. Got those in here, and with the standard Duosonic wiring, and that's actually dry erase board, so I kind of have fun just drawing on it and then erasing it. Anyway, then there's this oddball that was trashed out that I picked up and kind of fixed up a bit. It's a Yamaha RGX 110. It had originally one pickup, but the dang thing played so good, and I saw these cute little pink pickups or red pickups on eBay, so thought I'd test them out. They sound pretty good, and then the Chiefs won everything, so I stuck a Chiefs sticker on it just because. Over here, this is made out of God knows what, but I know the center pickup is as a Benson pickup. If you've ever seen those on eBay, they sound really good. I think the bottom pickup is some kind of Guitar Fetish Fender Tele bridge pickup knockoff or something, and I think the top pickup here is off of a Fender Texas Special or something like that. I made this one so long ago, but it plays and sounds great. It's sort of got the Eddie Van Halen flat fretboard, and it's got locking tuners, and it's actually a, I don't know if we can see that, it's actually a Funcaster I don't know where this body came from, but it's an old refinish job I did. Then there's this one, which was, I don't know, some kind of Strat Copy I found that was trashed out that I dressed up and fixed and put some bunch of humbuckers in, and they sound great. I played this New Year's Eve all night. And then there's this, which is a Washburn. I believe it was a Washburn. Anyway, I kind of worked on the neck and the neck profile and all that and redid the frets. But I put these Copy Filtertrons in there, and again, this has got the dry erase board, kind of a test platform. This guitar doesn't play great, but you can flop in the pickups in and out off of the pick guard. Just flop them in and out and change it out. Then I've got this one, which, boy, it's a Yamaha. It's probably a 94 or something Pacifica, which I think were probably cheap guitars, but it just sounds great. And other than level the frets and fix that up because it played like crap, I've done nothing, but I'm going to get to it eventually. Then there's this one. This is in progress. This was kind of a trashed out Goodwill store find that I've been working on. It's got the 24-inch fretboard, or 24.5-inch fretboard. It's not the full Strat size. Had a speaker in it. I can't get the speaker to work, so I'm probably just going to redo it and put some decent pickups in it. Then there's this Strat Copy, which is, I don't know what, I think this one was, I don't know what it was, but it's a really nice feeling neck, and the body was full of crap electronics and all that, so I put some lace sensor hot golds in it, and basically have this switch here to put the middle pickup in and out of phase, and on at all times, so you can have basically all pickups on and have the in and out in there and out of phase. Then there's this one that I made out of some scrap wood that has a couple of cool sounding Filtertron, or one Filtertron knockoff kind of pickup that I've got split and in parallel in serial. I like that one. But then there's this one, which is sort of another platform guitar, where a professional musician friend of mine and I were playing around with the idea that you put a humbucker in the middle. And we've got all kinds of switches on that humbucker, and frankly I can't remember what any of them do, but it's got all kinds of settings, phase settings, and I'm sure serial and parallel settings. Then there's this little teardrop imitation Tele. I couldn't bear to throw away some scrap wood that I had laying around, so I turned it into a guitar, which has the strap hanging over. And I've been fiddling around, taking pickups in, taking pickups out, but this one is, it plays pretty good. They all play pretty good. So then there's this one, which was a heavy ass Stag Nitro, which I've done nothing, although it was so heavy I hollowed out half the back and made it a thin line. And then I upgraded the pickups. The pickups it had looked exactly like this, but they weren't split. At the time, they weren't split, and they sound a little harsh. So these ones sound much better. And you have single coil settings, and this is a 5-way switch I put in here. And then there's this neat one. There was a good body on an old Electra, I think it was. And I redid all the electronics. It's got 2 humbuckers, a single coil in it, and I wish I could remember what that switch did. There's a switch here, 5-way. I think actually all the switch does is normally the middle is not on. So the single coils operate in both full humbucker mode and split mode, and then you can flip the middle on in and out of phase. So that's what that switch does right there. The little switch under the 5-way switch. Anyway, this one, I didn't make the neck. This has got an all parts neck. It's a really nice neck. Then there's this one, which has a lot of switches. And they all do all kinds of different crap. I think there's like 37 settings. This is a kind of a nightmare, and you can't use half of them, but I basically did this one up to figure out what settings I'd like and what settings I don't. And it's got in and out of phase, serial between the pickups, parallel between, between both the pickups, within each pickup, serial and parallel, and then within each pickup, in and out of phase. So several settings. I know I made the body and had a friend paint the pick guard. Anyway, I think this isn't the original neck I had, and I moved that to another guitar, but I think I got this on some PV Factory unfinished neck closeout. So I finished it up and fixed up the frets. I don't think I put the frets in, but anyway. Then there's Gold Member, which is a Strat Copy with 3, these are actually humbuckers, all 3 of them. They're not as hot. I think they're around 7 or 8. Some of these, there was one, a brown burst one that had like, they're all very hot humbuckers. Anyway, this one was just a trashed out body that I refinished, and kind of as a joke, made it a gold member. Then there's this work in process where I wanted to make a combo of kind of a Les Paul headstock, and then this tree fell in our yard. So anyway, and the neck is made of a combination of cabinets and some maple that I had laying around. So I've been just kind of stewing on this one, trying to figure out what pickups to put in it. Then there's this latest one I've been working on, which is the Bubblicious Funcaster, which I've got it currently with the, it rolls in serial in and out of phases just by rolling this knob. And the video on my Strat Bullet shows kind of how this works, but I find this is kind of cool because it allows you to roll in serial settings and in and out of phase settings when you combine it with the 5-way, and then also just have your, with this knob down to 0, you just have your regular standard Strat. So it seems to be the platform that I like the best. And this is my longest video ever. Cheers.